interesting look from them.
Yeah, and we'll get to see Bird's Tracer chops. Of course, Bird, for the longest time, when he was at his peak, when NG Red was doing their best, was really known for playing a very good soldier, and I feel like he didn't have the best transition to non-soldier heroes. And actually, that's not the first time it would be seen in the game, where you think about people like, for example, say Bromos on Dignitas. He has also had a very rough transition moving from playing soldier to non-soldier heroes, because soldier still has not really been the meta, so we'll see how Bird does here, and if he's able to do well on Tracer, because I think, again, you look at how Bromos has done, it hasn't been the easiest transition for soldier mains.
No, he's up top, he's just trying to take a little peek here. A lot of these King of the Hills do come down to Tracer v Tracer battles a lot of the time, but some nice positioning already on the point. Bird trying to flip around, get some damage, and just kind of bloodless so far.
Bird right now is getting pretty good poke in. Does eat the Discord Orb, trying to put pressure on the Zen. Gets right in Zen's face. Zen's doing a pretty good job to stay way in the back right now. Still alive, but will finally get on the Blam. Ends up being the on the arrow. 2 quick kills here from H2K. And Bird right now is going to feast on the scraps. Takes out Getaway. Zarya in rough shape. She will fall here soon. But this is going to be a first capture for the side of H2K.
Yeah, Bird feasting on the scraps. Pretty nice there, ZP. An apt analogy as he's going the scavenger role, picking up these supports later in the end. But he did get some really nice pressure on support boy there early, and that's allowed his team to clean up, and then he cleaned up the Lucio. So that's exactly what you want out of your Tracer play. He also has a Pulse Bomb ready, and since Jordan's only at 50%, this is a perfect time for Bird to just try to nail a Pulse Bomb. He'll have it back up for the Big Bang combo.
The other important thing here, too, is that Esper was able to build up a Sound Bear in the next fight. So there's 2 layers here to this defense and what they're going to do. They're going to have Nano Boost in just a moment. They have Pulse Bomb, they have Sound Bear, and they can just open the Sound Bear here and almost auto win this fight. They're not going to need it. Bird takes out Butcher with the Pulse Bomb, looking for Zen in the back. Going to take out Zen. That's 4 very clean kills coming out here from the side of H2K. They did use a Sound Bear on the fight, though, so they did use that to ensure the kill, or team fight win. But in the end, that's not even all that bad. I mean, they're going to have Reinhardt ult in the next fight. They will have Graviton, so it's going to be on the tanks in the next fight rather than the supports. But still, not a bad position to be in, given that the offense really, maybe they pick up a sound barrier a little bit. That's going to be it.
It's fine to use one ult, though, because you already have ult advantage, and if you can win a fight 6v0, you're going to continue to have ult advantage. We'll see what Kresnik wants to do as far as this Earthshatter go. He does get 4 in this Earthshatter, and Fire Strike cleans up. He is sweeping the streets with that hammer.
What an Earthshatter coming out. You don't see Reinhardt as often at King of the Hill, at least historically, but he is showing that it can be viable. The 3-person Earthshatter psych things up. He's in a slugfest here. Winston Hammer versus Raw Monkey Paw, but he is winning right now. Hammer and Fire Strike will take out Wanzu in the very end. That's going to hold here for H2K, and now it's down to the final push for the side.
Yeah, that's a bit of a mistake you have to think from Wanzu to throw a Primal Rage Winston at a Reinhardt. You're probably not going to kill him, and now look at this. Earthshatter's right back up. They Graviton into it. He's going to be patient on it as he tries that Fire Strike through. Pulse Bomb comes in from Bird. Kresnik still has another Earthshatter down because he fed off that Winston before. Bird going absolutely ham.
He's nano boosted right now, rolling right in. Fire Strike takes out support. It's a triple kill for Kresnik, and that is going to be it. It will be H2K taking round number 1. And yeah, that's a very good point, where Winston was in that just slugfest with Kresnik that entire time. And not only did he have no chance of really killing the Reinhardt there, he just fed Reinhardt so much ult charge.
Reinhardt ult charges are coming up super fast anyway, just because of the Ana boost, so you're essentially getting 2 ults for 1 if you Ana boost a Reinhardt. There's very little times where he goes through Ana boost and it doesn't come away with another Earthshatter out of it. We've seen 2 and 30 seconds from Reinhardt's as of late, and to just feed him like that from Wanzu was just odd. It didn't seem to make a ton of sense to me. I know he was trying to get all he could out of the Primal Rage, but at a certain point you are just giving some life to the hammer and the Earthshatter there.
Other good things to know about the H2K team, they were connecting on their Zarya, Tracer, and Wombos. Easier said than done sometimes for certain teams where you can't always be guaranteed, but it feels like Jordan and Bird, much like the 92 Dream Team, do have their coordination in check. For that. Look, I don't even care. Like, it's not Bird, it's Larry Bird.
Yeah, for sure.
Both teams right now setting up. H2K taking high ground, looking to drop right down, and Bird to the back line right now, has supports in his sights, has both Lucio and Zen right by him, and Zen gonna be first of all. He gets the pick up he's looking for on the flank. He's gonna set H2K reasonably well. Butcher, though, coming right in, gets 1 quick kill on the Barissa, gets the hook on the Bird, sets him up, and in fact, it's gonna be 3-3-3 that will turn this around and win this fight, despite the opening support pickoff.
It's a nice switch by Fubetti here to go on to this Reaper. He got a ton of chunk damage in, and they do need to start worrying about Support Boy, though, because he thinks that he can 1v1 Bird, and so far that has not been the case. No one helping him out whenever he's getting flanked there. He needs to stick, like, inside of his Roadhog to keep him alive.
Alrighty, so Bird right now coming in on the flank once more. Does have pulse buff ready. 100 HP. This is risky for Tracer to go in when not at full. Marissa, though, able to take out the opposing Tracer. Here comes Bird moving right in. Doesn't know the pulse bomb, but the charge from Presnick takes out 10. It's 2 quick kills here from the side of H2K. They're rolling it forward. Pulse bomb is out. Bird's not going to be able to get there in time for a pulse bomb, but they did enough damage in the middle of the ground time where it's not going to matter. Butcher, all out swords, immediately dispatches the Zarya and will be followed.
Yeah, he was preoccupied in the background trying to deal with the Tracer, but he does out-trace Wonder as well, which, you know, when you get out-traced on a Tracer, sometimes the next thing to do is just switch heroes, but Wonder is probably going to stick on this Tracer. They do need that damage on the backline, so he's going to have to switch into it. Fubetti will have this Death Blossom up momentarily. Maybe he can get some work done, but Death Blossom has been increasingly more difficult to hit lately.
Well, part of that is that the Reaper's just starting as fast. The speed boost got nerfed, so you don't have that going. But Soundbear is going to be out here for Esper here in just a moment. That's going to give H2K a huge advantage in this fight. Betty trying to get to the back line. Now, Death Blossom comes in late in the fight, but he is taken out immediately. Low value Death Blossom there. 3 kills from H2K, and they will be cleaning this out. And that is the power of Sound Barrier versus no Sound Barrier. They had to viciously out-damage to win that fight, and it just was not happening. So H2K, they're going to hold this, and they're going to even things up 44 to 44 here in just a moment.
My ultimate
yeah, they did take out Kresnik in that fight, and I think an Earthshatter would have flipped it around even more so in their favor, but he's going to have Earthshatter up, and more importantly, Blam with the Nano Boost about ready to go in here.
You're going to be okay.
Alrighty, so you have H2K holding here on top of Reinhardt. Nano Boost is out. Kresnik moving in. W-Mouse 1. Earthshatter knockdown 2. He's going to charge right in. It's a triple kill from Kresnik. Moving forward. Jordan with the fall through. And the tank play of H2K absolutely on point to get that rolling.
It is one of the reasons why when someone's running this Ana, your best option is to run another Ana, which is not the greatest feeling as far as a meta goes, but Sleep Dart is the best alternative to dealing with a Ana-boosted Reinhardt, and the only other option is to run away, and he really can't do it, he's just that fast. Graviton comes in.
Graviton by Jordan. 3 people in this Graviton make it 4. Transcendence coming out rather late, not early enough to save Butcher. 2 kills are going to come in. As a result, H2K in down position, but remember, this is last attempt here. 4-3-3-3. They must stand this point. That's why Lucio's diving in. He's going to go down. Bird having absolutely none of that delay. 98%. And Hex, that is going to be it. That is round number 2 heading to H2K. And for now, they are showing why they do have a more veteran roster right now. Because 3-3-3, they looked pretty good in the last game. They were able to win King's Row on first point alone. But clearly, they're beating their match right now.
Well, there's been a lot of theory crafting on how to deal with 3-3-3, right? And I watched Reunited play against it the other day, and they had an interesting strategy of, like, we're just gonna dive the Roadhog. That is our entire goal. We're gonna take out the main DPS, the main pick class, and most importantly, Roadhog is the battery for Ana's ultimate, too. So if you take out that 600 HP pool that she can easily buff her ult on, then you're really nerfing it. They ran it against Ninjas and Pajamas, probably the pioneers of this strategy, or at least one of them, and they ran it to great success. So I think if you're gonna go up against a 3-3-3 and you're not going to run the similar composition, your main target has to be the Roadhog.
One thing I'd say for 3-3 is that, or when running up against a 3-3, is that you definitely need to run a Reaper. I feel like some teams when they go up against it, they don't run a Reaper and they have trouble. It's something you need to run regardless, especially when up against a whole bunch of things. Here we go. Fight is underway. 3-3-3 not wasting a whole lot of time here. They move right in. Support Boy able to take out Kresnik early on. So this works out, but it is H2K fighting at disadvantage. My Betty over top. It's on 64, and Jordan just decides to go off the edge, and that is going to be a very clean fight with 3-3-3. And they start out pretty well here. Kind of similar to how the last round.
Yeah, it was a really aggressive dive-in from Kresnik there. Got himself in a little bit of trouble, ended up in the middle of 3 people and taken out. His team tried to come in and support him. Marissa especially trying to get in some help, but just a little too late. And that is also one of the engines of your composition. You use your Reinhardt early, that's a lot of your shielding down. And they continue to hold him at this point. Wanzu now with this Earthshatter up, looking for a nice opportunity here. He gets Ana boosted as well, going in way too deep, taken out.
That was way too aggressive. Marissa had the solution to that, and here comes H2K. 2 kills on the way. Another cleanup punch by Marissa. That's going to put Zarya in a rough spot. The Graviton comes out, but there's a panic Graviton.
Yeah.
It wasn't there wasn't going to be the fault for that, and now they're going to get punched. Play another hook from Marissa, takes down 5Betty, and they are just going to roll through here. The remaining members of 3-3 are not going to be able to hold this down. There's going to be H2K getting the board. It's almost about the same time they got the board last round here, too. Here comes Marissa, not to be contained. Whole hog on the way. Earthshatter again knocked Marissa to the ground, but a lot of the damage was done and forced out some of the panic Earthshatter, and Wanzu now has to back out.
So they're going to have a Graviton up, too. They have a bunch of tank ults here. Ana also with her ultimate. Bird cleans up, though, so they're going to be able to save these ults as the final kill comes in on Blam, or from Blam on support boy. Blam doing a lot of work, and that's something you see about a successful triple-triple, is that the Ana is in the kill feed. So when time to heal is over, it is time to do damage, and a couple nice kills late from Blam.
Indeed, and now let's take a look at Jordan right now. He's set up for the Graviton. Graviton gonna come in, pulls it, 3 seconds.
Cute Graviton.
Or to the ceiling, way away from the floor. 2, now 3 kills from that setup. What a Graviton by Jordan. That's gonna buy them even more time.
You've seen that a lot from Zarya's lately, is because there's been so many Reinhardts that it counters her Graviton pretty handily, but if you throw it in a different position, Graviton's got an amazing range that I think people are still starting to figure out. A cute Graviton there to pull them in a weird position and clean up that ball of meat, if you will.
They're running right back out of respawn. They're going to be rolling into the sound barrier, though, and Nano Boost. Here comes Krusnik. WMouse1 going to be on the way once more. Doesn't quite get what he was looking for. There's 2 Reinhardts swinging their hammers around. Both teams still at full, so not the worst from 3-3 to not immediately fall to this for sure. They'll take out support boy. The flow going in favor of H2K. Krusnik, a big charge. Down goes 5Betty, and that is going to be a hold here from H2K. And Hex, 3-3 is down to 1 more attack for their tournament life. If they get knocked out here, if they lose the next fight, their tournament life is over.
Well, they go to the lower bracket at the very least, but not exactly what you want. And the problem is they don't really have the ultimates to really run this. Butcher is going to be the one with the Graviton up. If this Graviton does not find what it's looking for, they're going to be in trouble.
It is all up to Butcher here. He's with Graviton is out. Pulls in 2, pulls in 3. I'm not sure he has the ball.
He's at zero charge. He's at zero charge.
Krusnik moving right in. Off the Earthshatter, knockdown 2, Nano Boost, and 2 kills here from H2K. They're going to recap this, and now it's going out. If they have any miracle overtime plays here, that could be coming out. And no, Wanzu, he's going off the edge. Krusnik takes the other Reinhardt for a final ride. Oh, no. And I think the double M stage is only when you get the top 16. So the very beginning phases of the weeklies right now, you lose here, that's just it, you're out.
Very possible. Butcher was trying to solo it himself there, right? He was the only one with an ultimate up, but he didn't have any absolute follow-up there. He just had 0 charge on his Zarya, which is a rarity, so even in trying to be your own follow-up there, 0 charge Zarya just might as well not exist. You're doing nothing but tickling the other team.
Pretty much. So H2K, they will move on. I'm going to take a look at the bracket here and see just what they are going up against. That might have been enough to throw them around the top 16, or they might have one more game. I think they actually have one more game before we get to the true top 16, where the teams that fought through the open bracket will be fighting against the teams that were immediately seeded the top 8. So H2K, they're going to be going up against Team Q that has already gone through. And it's Q's in question, not Q from Star Trek, at least as far as I can tell. And there's actually some interesting veteran players on there, including Dahoon. Dahoon, most notable, used to be an old Search and Film on this.
Yeah, Dahoon, a very high-ranked player as well, just over on the ladder as well. Very active in Pro Talk is that fellow Dahoon as well. So that should be interesting. You know, probably some trash talk going on over there right now, as a lot of very active members are on both of these rosters. That should be interesting to watch as H2K moves on. It should be our last best of one. Actually, I think when we get to the 8 bracket, the seeded bracket, there is a best of one to start that off too. So teams still vying to get into the seeded section of our GosuGamers North America Weekly number 20. I'm Hexagrams, that's ZP. I think I have his Twitter right. There's no underscore, my fault, but he's super popular on Twitter. You should be able to find him anyway. So yeah, this should be a good one. And overall, just I know it's King of the Hill and I know it's one round, but what do you think of this H2K team?
Clearly, the H2K team definitely has some big talent on it. I mean, the support play was very good coming out throughout all of that. Jordan and Bird had some great plays. The tank play in particular was also great. Krusnik went wild at points. They had excellent moments from Zarya. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, the real test will be when they get a little bit later into the tournament and go up against teams that are a little bit more veteran, a little bit more practiced. But for that sort of dominant victory that they had over 3-3, that's what you would want to see of a team that's trying to challenge the top. You can't just simply beat a team in the stage of the tournament, you need to dominate them. And it felt like H2K was able to do that. So for them, they've shown me what I feel like they need to show me thus far, but the expectations are going to get more intense over the course of the day.
Absolutely. We saw yesterday a kind of pickup team in Ninjas with Attitudes, NWA, move all the way through our EU bracket and take it home. Perhaps the same will be the case for H2K today. We're going to set up our next game here and go to a quick break, as my green screen also broke too. We'll fix that as we go to a break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. And yeah, thanks for sticking around. Make sure to visit our Match Arena while we're gone. Throw in your dollar for free, and we'll see you momentarily.